Hello YouTubers. In this video we're going to be changing out the rear tail lights. Unfortunately, both housings. Yeah, the last time I went for inspection they told me they weren't going to pass it again because they saw moisture in the bulb area, and so they were going to fail it the next time it comes through. So I went and bought some aftermarket ones, pretty cheap. Didn't want to pay, I don't know, 400 bucks for a set of tail lamps. Kind of expensive for no more than what this truck is. $400, that's almost 1/10 the cost of the truck, or the value of the truck. I would never sell it for that, but that's expensive. Anyway, so I bought some aftermarket pair. I'm going to cover those with you in just a moment, and the tools that we use. Here is the tool you need. Just one. Chevrolet made this process real easy. So I'm going to put a link to this in the description below, but these are ordered off Amazon. Came really well packaged with a wiring harness. I don't think I'm going to reuse the wiring harness. I'll just keep the existing one because everything's LED back here, and I have capacitors. Anyway, I got something in there that defeats the hyper flashing. I'll show you in just a minute, but these are really well made, I think, from what I can tell so far, and really well packaged. So what you're looking at here is, if you buy most things on Amazon, this is a black border, but the car is a red border. You gotta watch out for that. Everything, it'll tell you black border, and you'll see a black border going around the perimeter of the taillight housing for 99% of the ones you're going to find aftermarket. But I wanted the red ones because I already have enough black on the car. I don't need black trim ring going around this bezel. Anyway, I'll pop that into this video so you can kind of see the difference between what this one is and what your black borders look like. So for now, what we're going to do is pull off the housing for the cover, and then we're going to take off the wiring harness and the bulbs associated with this. Then we're going to take that apart. So here's the existing connections, and I mentioned I would show you these capacitors. I think that's what they are. Anyway, these are what I've put onto the truck so that I don't have hyper flashing with the bulbs. Anyway, while it's apart, we may as well clean it up. Area nice and clean, like a brand new truck. Since we already have all our electrical connections and our bulbs in place, ready to go, I'm just going to do this harness here. I'll save it as a spare should I ever need it. Before I put this in, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some silicone so I can prevent this next time around the perimeter of the housing. So let's go get that. Okay, so again, we're just going to put some silicone around the perimeter here. I don't see anywhere else that it needs to go besides the perimeter, and that should seal the unit nice and tight, I would imagine. So let's put a little bead around the edge. All right, so now that everything is tacked up, nice and moist, since we're dealing with this one, let's get this one in, plugged up and ready, and we're going to rinse and repeat on that side. Another thing I'm doing is I'm pulling out the old foam pieces here, and I'm taking them off the new one, and I'm going to put it on the original harness so that it's got nice new gaskets, which should help sealing the unit and preventing moisture. So one of the things that I've noticed putting it in, is it doesn't look straight here. It's curved ever so slightly. When you look at that side, it is still curved, but it goes to the edge of the panel, whereas this one does not. The other thing is the fitment here is off. It's a somewhat consistent gap, so it doesn't look out of place, but there is a gap, whereas on the original there is none. So last thing is the screws that it took. These are what came out of it, the original housings, but that's not what goes in it. What goes in the new ones is fine threads. Don't know what to tell you this is. If I find out before I post the video, it will be down in the link below. But those are the screws that it took. And I don't know about you guys, I didn't go buy this assortment of screws. As I buy things and I have extra of things, I put them in here and try to put them as close together as I can. Same thing with washers and bolts. Just never know when you might need something. Make sure everything works. So to do that, I put it on, put it in reverse, turn on the flashers. Everything working. All right. Okay, YouTubers, they're in. Just a slight gap there, but all in all, cannot complain. For $100, they last me 2 or 3 years, fine. I'm gonna be polishing and ceramic coating the truck here in the next month-ish, and I'll ceramic coat those so that they stay as nice as possible. Anyway, YouTubers, if you like the video, like the video.